This is Thriving Thoughts, the podcast that teaches you how to change your thoughts so you can change your life. I'm Dr. Sherri, clinical psychologist turned thoughtologist and truth teller. Welcome to Season 7, where you'll learn to be gentle and deliberate with your words so that together we learn what it really means for women to encourage, uplift, and empower one another. Twice per week in 5-minute episodes, we'll dissect popular phrases women say to one another, expose the lies hiding beneath their surface that perpetuate problematic ideals, and learn how to speak true encouragement so we uplift ourselves and others. Are you ready to speak truth over the lies and be an empowered woman who empowers other women? Start with this truth. A woman who changes her world changes the world. Let's go. After almost 2 years, I was delighted to meet a friend at a halfway lunch spot. I credit us both for staying in touch. I credit her for recommending a plan to do just that. When I moved from Virginia to Pennsylvania, she said, we can be Friday texting friends. That way we have something to look forward to every Friday and we keep in touch. It was a brilliant idea. One that we both executed faithfully. Well, 95% of the time. Sometimes it was her who texted first and others it was me. Eventually, we both decided, pandemic or not, we were overdue to visit in person. We booked it last month and made it happen today. The single element that makes us successful in staying in touch is intention. We set a plan that was easy to keep, we committed to it, and we did it. It's that simple. We were intentional. Intentionality is a prerequisite to being encouraging to one another. Here's why. Have you ever run into a friend or connected in a shared comment thread on social media and then said to your friend, I've been meaning to call you? I've been meaning to call you. It sounds nice, I guess. Oh, you've been meaning to call me, but the next thought that comes up falls short of encouraging when you think, so why didn't you? I'm not suggesting that you must be intentional with every single person in your life. We don't have enough bandwidth for that. But once you've defined your circle of friends, the only way you can be encouraging to one another is to stay in touch. And the only way to do that is through the work of intention. When my friend suggested we text every Friday, that was a plan, a great plan. Following through with it, however, would take intention. I put a calendar reminder in my phone for every Friday until I was in the habit of remembering that it was texting day. Imagine if I had said to her, that sounds great, but then I didn't intentionally put elements into place, like a calendar reminder, to actualize the plan. I would have ended up saying, ugh, I keep meaning to text you. For us to be in a position to be encouraging to our friends, whomever you thoughtfully choose those to be, we must be intentional. When you give yourself permission to summons a weak, I was meaning to call you, the message heard loud and clear between the lines is, I love you, you're semi-important to me, I think about you, but I just don't prioritize you. You might think that's harsh, and it is, because it's true. Let me reiterate, you do not have to, nor do you have the capacity to, prioritize every single person in your life. It is your responsibility, however, to choose who you are prioritizing right now and be intentional to prioritize them. Even if you only think to yourself, I really need to call them, stop the swirling of the thought that leads to guilt when you end up doing nothing, and make a plan instead. Be intentional. You'll feel good about yourself for creating and sticking to a plan to be an intentional friend, and bonus, your friend's going to feel prioritized. There is no greater sense of encouragement than when a loved one purposefully seeks you out. It doesn't matter if it's by text, phone, social media messaging, or old-fashioned snail mail. Everyone wants to be thought of, but the only way they know they're thought of is if you act on the thought and stop merely thinking it. We live in a culture that embraces happenstance, but professes to love intentionality. Be the one who changes it by being it. Don't permit yourself to propagate the lie that you meant to call someone. Be the truthful friend who actually does it because she planned it. Pastor Sunday at Elijah said, to live intentionally implies that it is not going to be always convenient, but it is what will take you to significance if you do not give up. I'll add, to be significant to someone is not just to be thought of, it's to be thought of and shown that thought with intention, not happenstance. By the way, you're significant to me, and when you sign up for your free 14-day trial in my Thriving Thoughts texting community, I intentionally text you 3 times per week with a Thriving Thought and practical applications. All you need to do is text THRIVE to 540-369-2139. You have all the tools you need to show someone they are significant to you. A calendar, paper or digital, sticky notes, alarms, even emails to yourself. I hope you use them to be intentional. And as always, speak truth over lies so you will thrive.